Well, a good afternoon and welcome to day two coverage of the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open played here at the Yong Resort's Birch Hill Golf Course. Timothy Lowe here. Great to have your company on another glorious Saturday afternoon watching the finest on the KLPGA Tour. Soyun Jung took the lead into day two after a blistering bogey-free round of 63 yesterday. No one was able to catch her. Saw a couple of 66ers Friday afternoon in the form of Choi Min Kyung and Park Min Ji. Min Kyung's sort of been able to continue that form, although a couple of late bogeys leave her back at 7 under par. She signed for a 71 earlier this morning. Kwon Seo-yeon also a very solid effort on Saturday morning, a 66 for the sophomore on the KLPGA Tour, leaves her as Soyun Jung's closest pursuer at 8 under. Yeon Jung started her day with a birdie on the opening hole, but did drop a shot at the second, so level pegging through 3 for your overnight leader. It's an 800 million Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week. This is your featured group on day 2. The 3-ball of Lee Won, Park Hyun Kyung, and Ko Ji-yu. So, very accessible pin here on the par 3-6 today, right in that little funnel section, that valley in the middle of the green. Ji-yu with an opportunity to take her total to 3 under par. Just over borrowed on that one for Ko Ji-yu. Winner back in 2022 of this championship. As we jump up ahead to the second shot into 9 of Hyo Da-bin, who's 6 under for the championship. It's a little bit further up in this green as it was yesterday, and that's right around pin high for Hyo. Now, Park Hyun Kyung picked up a win last week at the BC Card Han Kyung Ladies Cup, thrilling playoff involving Yoon Ina, who sadly had to withdraw at the end of her opening round. And Park Ji-young, second win of the season, toppled Lee Won in the Doosan match play back in May. See the amount of swing in that one. Nicely holed for Park Hyun Kyung. It's going to be back-to-back birdies, and she's starting to just claw ever closer to Soyun Jung's lead. Go up ahead to the what looks like 7th, and Kim Jae-hee, winner of the Singapore Women's Open to start the year. Birdie putt to get to 6 under. Squanders an opportunity there. Now Yewon opened with a 67 yesterday, did the leader of the KLPGA points list. That's a good birdie. Takes it a 7 under par alongside Park Hyun Kyung. So our championship leader, first look at her this week. Soyun Jung second into the long 4th. It's carrying speed, but this one should take a U-turn. Yep, there it comes. Okay, good shot. Jae-hee for par. Okay. Nothing like winning your breakthrough title on your birthday. It's exactly what she did back in January, Kim Jae-hee. It's 7 straight pars to start day 2. Yong, 243 career starts before she finally got her breakthrough title at the Daibo House D Open last year. That's just going to be a par at 8 for the new mum. Dabin, left to right, slick one at the 9th for birdie. Just watch that go skating on past. Shows you if you're on the wrong side of some of these hole locations, you will be tested. So our feature group of the day will head up to the par 4 7th next. You can see there quite a generous landing area. The pin on that green fronted by water. Just kind of the front left section. So Hyun-kyu with the honours and all the momentum of the KLPGA Tour right now. 2 wins in the last 4 starts. Yong really put on some distance in the last 2 years since she was a rookie back in 2022. Certainly paying dividends. So the comebacker for Dabin's par at 9. Be the only 3-putt we see at this par 4 today. So that's going to be a frustrating drop shot for Hyo Da-bin to end her front 9. Time to get to double digits under par once again. So Yun-jung on the 4th. Swinging back, but just not quite enough. Up to the 3rd shot into the par 5 8th for Choi Rim. Better angle here from the left side of the fairway for Kim Min-byul. And a very similar result. Good shot. Just a tester left for Yun-jung's par at 4. Okay. Stays 1 clear. of Kwan Soo Yeon's 8-under clubhouse mark. Still 14 holes to go for So Yeon Jung as she looks to build on that lead she worked so hard to put together with that 63 on Friday morning. It looks like a scary pin on 7, but really for these professionals, that water not going to come into play, not when you're coming out of the fairway with maximum control. Park Hyun Kyung. Can just look out a little bit right of this flag. There is a slope that kicks the ball back towards this left section of the green. Year 1. 81 meters. Should be a fairly comfortable gap wedge for Lee. Goodness me, what happened there? Looked like she got that off the bottom groove, thinned it almost. Very strange shot from Korean number 1. This stage of day 2, it's still So Yeon Jung's name up top, but Kwon Seo Yeon, after a very solid round of 66, sees herself second on the first page of that leaderboard here at the Birch Hill Country Club at the Yongpyong Resort. So after that truly bizarre second shot for Leo 1, now through the back of the 7th green, but again, not a difficult pitch shot here. Everything just slopes gently downhill towards the pin. I'd love to see where that ball's ended up. Let's try and guess by the reaction. Oh dear, she blasted it through the other side. It's all gone a bit pear-shaped for Leo 1 here at 7. And again, from 81 meters, truly strange passage of play. Now, Kim Min Byul up ahead at the 9th by the looks of things. Alongside Bang Shin Sil, one of the longest hitters in the game here on the KLPGA Tour. Still seeking a first title is Min Byul. So year 1 to salvage the situation. 4th shot now at the 7th. That would have been some par if that went in, but it's going to be a drop shot for Lee. Choi Rim, also at 6 under par, playing alongside Min Byul. Fantastic birdie there for Park Hyun Kyung, who joins Kwon Sil Yeon at 8 under par. Hottest player on the KLPGA Tour in the last 4 weeks. Is within 1 of the lead. Of this lady's lead, in fact. So Yeon Jung has 2nd from 96 meters into the 5th. Pin's just 9 paces from the left edge today. So Hyun Kyung, 3 birdies on the bounce, have got her within 1 of So Yeon Jung's lead. Now hitting her tee shot at the par 5 8th. Young slightly out of position at 9, but the angle's much better here to try and access this right hole location. Yeah, 1. A little shaken after that very poor bogey at the 7th. That is wild there at 8. It's safe, but maybe a little cause for concern for the Korean number 1 right now.
그렇지라 이 성막도 들어갔어.
그래요?
Now, Jihee, fifth shot now to the par 5-8. Must have run into some trouble. So from the very middle of the circle at the ninth, Kim Min-bill. Yeah, good shot there. It's going to be a quick putt, but that should work its way down off the slope a little bit. Yerim. Ideally want to hit some kind of cut shot into this pin, but she started that right, trying to turn it back against the slope. Yeah, pretty well done. Bangshin Sil on the green for an eagle. Look at this. Bangshin Sil just wiggles that wide. Already a multiple time winner on the KLPGA Tour. That gets her birdie account started for Saturday. See there, this par 5 8th hole, almost doglegs, 90 degrees right as you make your way up towards the green. Hyun Kyo, see that target ahead of her, just going to be a layup from this left rough. Dove left right after impact, but that should still be okay. It's pretty luscious rough around this Birch Hill Country Club. Easy for the hosel of a club to just get tangled in that grass and have that face shut down immediately. Even with modern technology. Now up on the green, a bogey putt. For a 6 for Lee Jae-young. Okay. Just the one drop shot then for the Singapore Women's Open champion. Quick one. Straight down the hill. Swings hard from her right at the 9th. Yong. Decent look for birdie here at 5. It's a little off her left. It's rather poor. So, squirrely tee shot at the 8th for Leo on, but that ball's safe, and again, no real damage done. This being a par 5, it's certainly going to be a layup from this position, but had that ball ventured left of the cart path, she would have been in all sorts of danger. So, a good break, you could say, for the 22-year-old. was this time yesterday. That breeze starting to pick up for these ladies. Up at 9, try your rim for a birdie here. Slightly easier putt, going to be coming uphill. Should want to just dive a little right at the end. Tracking nicely, just running out of pace. Just an awkward length par putt remaining for Yong's 4 at the 5th. Okay. Creeps that one in. Could start making it a little bit congested at the top of the leaderboard if this one drops. Stays high. Kyung. Certainly like her chances here. Nice angle to get to this pin. Coming out of the fairway as well, so we'll get a good amount of spin control on it. Oh, it could be better. Almost a hole-out eagle 3, but most certainly 4 birdies in a row for Park Hyun-kyung. Told you she fancied her chances. Have another look at this. Year 1. Just inside of 80 meters. Barrage that gave her trouble on the previous hole. That certainly sounded like better contact. And a much better result. Comeback of a par at the 9th. Nicely done for Yong. Stays 5 under. So to the par 3 6th then So Yun-jung. He is a very simple hole today with this funnel pin. That should bank around. Okay, well done. Someone in the gallery like that, and why not? It's another beautiful day for golf here at the Yong Pyong Resort. But it's getting a little tight at the top for So Yun-jung. Kwon Seo-yeon, 66, best of the morning wave. And Park Yoon-kyung has a kick in a couple of moments to tie So Yun-jung at the top of the leaderboard here at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. This would feel nice. A bounce-back birdie opportunity for Leah 1 at the par 5 8th. Bit of right to left in this. Yes, very well done. It's been a real strength of her game putting these last 2 seasons. Bang Shin Sil into the 9th. Right hole location, so coming out the right side of the fairway, not ideal. It doesn't really matter when you've only got a short iron in hand. Go straight at it. Well, Park Yoon-kyung for 4 birdies in a row and to grab a share of the lead with So Yun-jung. And the player known as Cutiful sees her name in an all too familiar position in 2024, right to the summit of a KLPGA Tour leaderboard. Across to the 10th tee, and Kim Min-bol, good tee shot away here at this elevated tee box, and well, she can entertain thoughts of reaching into. Kim Ji-hee. Beg your pardon, Park Hyun-kyung on the 9th tee. Championship co-leader now, but she's watching this one closely. Didn't need to. That is piped. And 7-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. Pair of those major titles. Back-to-back winner of the KLPGA Championship. This is the lady who's going to be defending the final major of the season, the Height Jinro at Blue Heron in October. The one and only major championship on the KLPGA Tour, but you surely feel with the talent that she possesses, she's going to add at least a couple of more by the time her career is over. So Yong has been caught by Park Hyun-kyung, but a chance to take the solo lead once again with this birdie putt at 6. Gets to 10 under par. Nice birdie there. Reclaims the solo lead at 10 under par. So Yong. Shinsil, is that staying up? No, it's not. Well, that's gone racing past. She's quite an aggressive putter, but sometimes she does putt herself into a bit of a pickle. Shinsil with a uncomfortable comeback of a par. Bunker with her second, splashed out to here. Kim for a par. Oh dear, it's going to be back-to-back drop shots to end her front 9, and that one's rolled a couple of feet past as well. Such a momentum game, golf. These bogeys, they hurt your scorecard, but they also grind your momentum to a screeching halt. Awfully close to that penalty area off the tee for Choi Ye-rim at the 10th. It's a bit of a blind second shot. It's got to come over this fairway bunker. Definitely be a layup on this par 5 from 247. Gee, he don't want to go to the turn, and taking 6-6 on 8 and 9. Okay, just the bogey 5, and she tumbles back to 3 under par. much clearer view of the landing area now. Iron for position for Lee Jae-yong. Well, looks like it's all systems go for Kim Min-bol. Middle of the fairway. She's got the heavy artillery out. Should be able to get it close to the front edge, if not on, from 227. It's a bit high and spinny. Leaks that out to the right, but well, green side trap into. Not a terrible leave for Kim. And the second shot's into 9 for your featured group. Kyung has been on fire towards the end of this front 9. I'd be surprised if she takes this right hole location on with a 9-iron. She's on a different level right now, Park Hyun-kyung. Another sensational iron shot. And well, with So Hyun-jung's birdie at 6 to move 1 clear, Hyun-kyung could tie her again. Oh, yeah, one. Similar yardage to Hyun-kyung. Pretty solid shot as well for Lee. Both Yewon and Hyun-kyung already multiple time winners in 2024. To your leader, So Hyun-jung. Second shot into the 7th. Trouble lurks short and left, but don't think it's going to be a bother for her with a pitching wedge from 93. So, birdies everywhere here at Birch Hill, and it's still So Hyun-jung who leads by 1 over the hard-charging Park Hyun-kyung. Leah Won with this gentle downhill left to right breaker for birdie to end her front nine at 8 under par. No, just so hard for a right-handed golfer to start left to right breaking putts high enough on line. Still, that's a solid 2 under par start Saturday for Leah Won. Now back to your leader, So Yeon-jung, looking to stretch her advantage. Gets that to drop. So Yeon-jung, first player this week to get to 11 under par. Back-to-back birdies for her. Lee Jae-young opted to lay a little bit further back than her two playing partners at the 10th. Stop. Proves to be a very good decision indeed. Park Hyun-kyung doesn't know it. This is to get one back again with So Yeon-jung now at 11 under par for 5 birdies in a row. Tell you what, that is some golfing from Park Hyun-kyung. Absolutely relentless to end her front nine. Turns in 31 and just gives So Yeon-jung a little tap on the shoulder saying, well, I'm still here. I said it wasn't a terrible lead for Kim Min-bol. It's a long bunker shot, but it's fairly compacted sand. Just need good acceleration through impact here. Want to carry it just past that little mound about 20 feet short of the flag. Everything should camber towards the pin from there. I'll just drop that into the face of the slope. Took all the sting out of it. Looks like Hong Jung-min here on the 12th tee. It's a 6-iron for the former Doosan match play champion. And it's a good one. Birdie putt now for Min-bol at 10 after splashing out of the sand. Decent effort. Only a par though for the big hitter on the par 5. Choi Rim, slightly shorter birdie effort than her playing partner. This one breaking from her right. Now that's low. Oh, but it catches the low side and drops in for Choi Rim. A little bonus there for Choi, who's having a very good day here at Birch Hill. 4 birdies and not a drop shot on her scorecard through 10 holes. This also for a birdie for Lee Jae-young. Would have seen Yerim's putt just turn left at the cup, but unable to capitalize on that fine approach. Like Min-bol, it's just a par. So it's Yeon-jung by 1 over Hyun-kyung. Then a little bit of separation to Kwon Seo-yeon and Choi Min-kyung, who are both done and dusted for their days. But Choi Rim and Lee Won going along very nicely as well here on day 2 at the Yong Resort. Yerim on the 11th tee. Wide target here. Only real danger is if you send a big block out to the right. Can confirm that was Choi Yerim, not Lee Jae-yong. She's just walking back down the hill from the 10th tee. Kim Min-bill doesn't need to hit driver here with this elevated tee box, but again, it's a wide landing area, so just push it down as far as you can. Leave yourself a much shorter club in for your approach. And today on this 11th, all the way in the back of the green, 42 paces from the front. Even if you do tug it into the left rough, it's not going to be as problematic as it was 24 hours ago. Red hot Park Hyun-kyung to start her back nine at 10. Year one, keep pace with Hyun-kyung? That is the question. Got Bang Shin-sil lead up into the 10th, so this is now her third. At the top of the board remains unchanged, but Park Hyun-kyung's scintillating 5 birdies in a row to end her front 9 have moved her to within 1 of Yun Jung's lead. So Kim Min-byul, can she throw it all the way into this back pin on 11? 42 paces from the front. Right on that back step. Good for distance. Just tug slightly for Kim Min-byul. Most importantly, she's cleared that little hump as we quickly go back to 10. And a birdie putt for Kim Jae-hee, who could use 1 or 2 after stumbling to the turn in 38. Good try there. Just shaves the high side of the cup. Second shot at 10 for Lee Won. Is she trying to get this one up close to the front edge? She's got 3 wood, but it's a bit of an awkward hanging lie with the ball well below her feet. She's played that very nicely. That's an aggressive layup, but a well-played one for Lee. Up at the green, Bang Shin-sil for birdie. Poor tee shot forced her hand into laying up, but still could walk away with a 4. I beg your pardon. No, this is for bogey. Lost her first tee shot. That's going to be a double for Bang Shin-sil. These par 5s at Birch Hill, I tell you, they present scoring opportunities, but you send an errant tee shot into these tree-lined sort of difficult areas, and bogey or even worse, very much in play. So Choi Rim, good tee shot to get it past Kim Min-byul. Coming out the step cutter rough, but not going to be too much of a bother to a back hole location. Came out a little slow on her. Safely on the green. Go GU, sort of the forgotten player in this impressive featured group. 2 good hits there on 10, and well, it's going to be an eagle opportunity for the 2022 McCol Mona Park Ladies Open champion. So if Koji Yu could get it on in 2, you have to think Park Hyun Kyung can too. She's last to play. Not going to get it all the way onto the green, but like Lee Won, she's left it handy, just short left. Min-byul up ahead at 11. This putt going to move pretty hard from right to left at the midpoint, then just straighten up as it approaches the cup. Yeah, all in all, nicely judged for Kim. 3 runner-up finishes last season, 2 of them losing in playoffs. Oh, what a start to 2024 it's been for the reigning player of the year, Lee Won. What a resurgence it's been for Park Hyun Kyung, who waited 18 months between victories before she won the Jeju Samdasu Masters at the end of last season. Already twice a winner in 2024 is beautiful. Up to your leader, So Yun Jung. Looks like she's just in the very left edge of the fairway at the 8th, and that really opens up the angle to this pin. 68 meters left for So. This one should back up off the slope. Clever shot. Choi Rim, birdie putt on the way at 11, and very nicely holed for Choi Rim. He's 5 under for the day as well. Look at Choi Rim go. You'd really expect at least 2 of these players to walk off 10 with birdie. Go Ji-yu on the green in 2. Here one and Hyun-kyung just short. It's going to be Lee first to play. Yeah, pretty good there for Lee one. That's a very brave choice of shirt from Park Do-young. Good. Sign me up for an order of those if it'll yield birdies like that. Well done, Park Do-young. Gets on the fringes of the top 10 with that birdie. Hyun-kyung just got that little rise to negotiate, about 10 feet short of the hole. So I don't think she's got the option to fly it there. Try and play the one hop and spin. I think it's just got to be a low little chasing chip and run. See a lot of weekend golfers overcomplicate shots like this around the greens. Even the pros will tell you, the sooner you can get the ball running, the better, the more predictable it's going to be. Fabulous touch from Park Hyun-kyung. 6 in a row, perhaps? To the tee at 12, and another player having a very fine afternoon at Birch Hill. Choi Rim, 5 under for the day. She's just birdie 10 and 11 to start her back 9.
그래서 그냥 마이크 왼쪽으로만 떨어지는데, 그리고 언덕이 거기 있어가지고 폭이 나니까.
Minbill using the far right side of the tee box here. Pin on the front portion of this green. So it'll be a 7-iron, and well, you don't want to tug it left. There's only about 8 yards left before you run off into some trouble here at the 12th. Just off the edge of the green. Okay, not awful for the pair of them. Kim Jae-hee out of the left rough at 11. Trying to make sure you get it onto that back third of the screen. Did not like the contact on that. See that club turning over right at impact, and that is going to be highly unpleasant for her. Kim Jae-hee at the 10th. at the 11th. Now back to the 10th, and see Koji Yu's already hit her regal putt. She's got about 3 feet to go. These are all birdie looks for the ladies in our featured group. Will be year one, first to putt. Just a bit of movement from left to right. Not this time for Lee. Well, after seeing that little miss from year one, Pyong leaving nothing to chance here, but from this position, I don't think you need to start this one outside the hole. Just inside edge with good pace. Year in, year out, statistically, has always been one of the best putters on the KLPGA Tour. This birdie putt now for 6 in a row to move into a share of the lead with So Yun-jung once more. She is certainly in a state of flow right now. Park Hyun-kyung, birdie 6 in a row, 7 of her last 8, and ties So Yun-jung at 11 under par. Can anyone stop her? Now Shinsil ahead at the 11th. So, she's been caught. Can she move clear again? Great seesaw battle between Park Hyun-kyung and So Yun-jung today. No, not this time. Parity remains at the top of the board. Think about making this one. Show you minimal movement in it, even though it is coming slightly downhill. A little aggressive there, a little too aggressive. Take a chair, that might catch another slope. Oh, that's clumsy for Choi Rim. Would you bet against her picking up another birdie here at 11? Yesterday's pin certainly, I'd say it was much more gettable, but still, the way that she's swinging it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Talked about this being a real challenge for Kim Jae-hee up ahead. Awkward lie, ball sitting down in the rough, would be landing on the backside of that mound, almost no way to stop it. I'll try and bump it through the rough, and she's just carried it too far. Oh! We forgot to account for the fact the flag might get in the way. Well, she was due a good break. Not that that face would tell you she's awfully pleased with the way that she's been playing for the last hour. So Yeon Jing taps it for par at the 8th. Yeon just has to focus on her own game here, not get swept up with what Park Hyun Kyung's doing. Up to the green, and Bang Shin-sil from the back edge for a birdie. Lovely roll. Great try from Shin-sil. Wasn't going to make the same mistake Choi Rim just did. That was maybe a touch on the conservative side for Kim Min-byul. So for the great escape at 11, Kim Jae-hee for par. Well done indeed. That's a real bonus for her. Flagstick coming to her aid at this par 4. So Choi Rim to avoid a first blemish on her card this Saturday. A very weak effort there, so the birdie start to the back 9. She'll give back one of those shots with a drop shot here at 12. So Yeon Jung at the 9th, just coming towards the end of her front 9. That's a little too high up the green. It's going to try and take that slope, but we've seen that putt a couple of times already today. That is going to be very quick. Kyung from 139 should be a 6 iron, maybe even a 5 iron. So you saw for Bang Shin-sil, you're much better off going past this pin, even if you're on the back edge of the green. It's a much easier look at birdie than if you were to come up short in that middle level. Just a touch left, and well, that's going to be delicate for Hyun Kyung. Did the right thing, played out right of the pin. Lee Young, and she's going to find a birdie here at 12. Nicely holed putt. Had a good look at the line from Choi Rim's par putt. She'll take full advantage. Now year one from the smack dab middle of the fairway at 11. Don't want to come up short left here. Anything pin high right? Well, that's okay. For par now at 12, Kim Min Byul. No, like Choi Rim. Just tugging that tee shot left. Proving costly for both Choi and now Kim. So last season's Rookie of the Year. Going to drop back with a bogey at 12.
일단 보이는 걸 더 충분히 가볼게요.
So just need to be delicate with this. First bounce is going to be pretty spicy, kicking off that downslope. It's just about making good contact here and letting the slope and gravity do the rest of the work. Really nicely played from Park Hyun Kyung. String of birdies going to come to an end here at 11, but should be fairly pleased with the par 4. Got Kim Jae-hee on 12T as the breeze starts to pick up into her face. Just don't want to miss this green left. 20, 30 feet right. That's okay. She took an aggressive line and she's been rewarded. Year one. Ball well back in the stance, just a little low nudge and run. Good aggressive try there. Just get this started. He'll get to the hole. Straight downhill all the way for So Yun-jung at 9. Nowhere near it. This could even roll off the green if she's not careful. That's the trouble with that pin on 9. You get a little bit too defensive and you're staring 3-putt right in the face. Try her in. Just opting for position here at the short 13th, going with 3-wood. Going through the fairway. Bit of a mistake there for Choi. Saw this green was pretty hard to hit in yesterday's opening round. Arguably the firmest green at Birch Hill. Now Hong Jung-min a little bit further up the back 9. Coming into the par 4 13th and playing a very nice shot to about 18 feet. Just a little par saving tester remaining for Park Hyun-kyung here at the 11th. Looks like it just wants to move a little left on her, but more than the right half of the cup, I feel. Good save. Keeps the card at 6 under for the day and keeps a share of the lead. Yun-jung for par at 9. Real tester. But she is up to the task. Huge par saver to end her front 9 for So Yun-jung. One also taps in for par at 11. Been lots of birdies, but also a couple of very good par saves at 11 for Park Hyun-kyung and at 9 for So Yun-jung that see them share the top spot at 11 under par here on day 2 at the Yong Pyong Resort. Testy little chip shot for Bang Shin-sil, left of 11 green, trying to bump it through the fringe, but as we've seen from a couple of players that have missed this green left, it's just so hard to stop that pill next to the pin. Shin-sil going to come under pressure, trying to save par again here. Remember, started her back 9 with that double at the 10th as we go up to Kim Min-bol, operating out of the first cut of rough into this 13th. Just want to land this on the very front edge of the green. We will get plenty of release. Strays wide into the short-sided bunker. That's not going to be a walk in the park. Yeah. Was aggressive with the tee shot. Can she convert? This is Kim Jae-hee for a birdie at 12 for first of the day. Well done. Pops in that 10-footer. Gets back one of the 2 shots she's already given up in the second round. Hong Jung-min quietly going about her business. A little bit further up the back 9. This for birdie at 14. Oof, right hard at the cup. Good try. Yerim hangs that one out to dry as well, and again, just both Kim and Bill and Choi Yerim leaving themselves in awkward situations here over the last couple of holes as we return to the 12th tee, and Park Hyun Kyung, who surely is experienced enough to know that just leave this one right of the flag on 12. Do not miss this green left. She's got 6 iron. It's going to have to be a pretty soft one. Ooh, easy, easy. Ooh. Oh, just tumbling into the rough, and she was up to the task on 11 with a delicate little up and down. She's going to have to do the same here at 12.
플레이하겠습니다.
Yong, could she make a better go of things? Also with the same club, a 6 iron. That's even worse than Park Hyun Kyung's. It's really sat down in that rough. Yong only playing the sweep to hit the fairway, so we'll have a good amount of control on this one. And she uses that bank very nicely. Clever shot there from Lee Jae-young. Hin Kyung and Yun Jung, 3 clear of Kwon Seo Yeon, 4 clear of a trio of players back at 7 under par. She's not going to get any spin out of this and not much elevation with that ball sat down in the rough. Just going to have to be a little stub into the fringe and hope for a friendly kick for Lee Won. And that is the problem with being too aggressive to this pin on 12. Needed a good break to stop it, and she didn't get it. So Min Biol, some problems of her own, up ahead at 13. Delicate little shot here. First Choi Rim. Not bad. So slightly easier for Hyun Kyung with a better lie, but still same kind of shot required. And a pretty similar result. Very good shot into this point for Lee Jae-young. Could she get it to 7 under? Oh, just gives you a sense of how slopey it is around that pin on this 13th. Lost it left early and could never recover. One still has this for par. Right around 18 feet. Only hit it 17. To scramble away with the par 4 here after being out of position with both her tee shot and her second shot. Well done. Hyun Kyung. Par. She would have seen the line and pace of Yewon's. And she will can it. Great up and down there for Park Hyun Kyung. Keeps her level at the top. Bang Shin Sil back in the fairway, or the right rough to be specific, at 13. Look at that hung back, really trying to hoik this one up in the air, have it to come down soft, and that is beautifully played from Bang. Yerim now has made her way to 14. Much better tee shot there. Let me have a look at this short but tricky par 4 13th. It only plays 295 meters on the scorecard, but it's a really challenging tee shot. You have to fit it between the trouble on the left and the pair of bunkers on the right hand side. I'd see a lot of players going with less than driver here, 3-woods, hybrids, or even chip drivers, because that bunker on the right only 200 to get to. But the problem really starts, the challenge really starts with your approach into this very awkwardly shaped green on this par 4. Front section, very firm, big mound on the front right that sort of obscures your vision of it. Don't want to be in that bunker right. That pin today, 15 from the front and just 6 from the right edge. Even though it plays under 300 meters par, not a bad score here on day 2. GU has quietly picked up a couple of birdies. She's up at 5 under par. For a second title here at Birch Hill in 3 years. Still 6 back though. Aggressive off the tee, and that is nicely placed. Going with driver here as well, Park Hyun-kyu. Really has had it on a string today off the tee. Only missed one fairway, Park Hyun-kyu. This is a much more predictable play from year one, just going with the 3-wood 4 position. Funnily enough, going with 3-wood, the only player to miss the fairway here at 13.
물 여기다 넣어. 저기 보온병에다. 응?
Down on the green, Bang Shin-sil after a very nicely played second shot from the right-hand rough with a birdie opportunity. Stay up. No, once again, just a little low. He's not able to start her putts high enough, is Bang Shin-sil. Out to the start of the back nine, and So Yeon-jung's third shot into the par 5 10th. Must carry it past that slope, 10 feet short of the flag. And that's not going to stay up, surely. Oh, it is. Oh, I'd run and mark it if I were you, Yeon-jung. Now, Choi Rim at the 14th pin. Only 7 paces on this green today. That's a good, clever shot. Hong Jung-min has reached the 15th. This is a birdie putt. Should start to gather pace there. Gave too much respect to the slope for Hong Jung-min. Awkward stance here for Lee Jae-yong. Ball below her feet. Easy to catch this fat. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's happened at the 14th for Jae-yong.
잠시만요. 플레이하겠습니다.
Year one. An awkward lie and stance of her own at 13. Again, ball just sitting down in that rather tangly rough. Only 77 meters to go, but with a lob wedge or a gap wedge in hand, ball below your feet always makes it a little uncomfortable. Easy to stand up on these and hang them out to the right. stayed in her posture very nicely, but she's bunkered. Problems here for the year one. Kyung aggressive off the tee, can attack now. Beautiful techniques, they so connected, but just unlucky. Took a very firm first bounce and doesn't grab on the second. Got lucky with that third shot. Wasn't her best strike, but there's a putt from just outside 20 feet for birdie at 10. Now for par at 15 after a pretty poor first putt. Bit of an exploratory effort. That's a good two-putt. Recovers the situation well. Nice par there for home. Still seeking a first stroke play win on the KLPGA Tour. Her only victory at the Doosan match play back in 2022. Now DJ Young's third. Pretty well judged from that angle. Wasn't easy at all. To the back nine here on day two at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open, and it's still Park Hyun Kyung and So Yeon Jung leading the way here at Birch Hill. could be a trip to the practice range to work out some kinks in her wedge game for Lee Yeo-won at the end of play today. Second time she's missed the green from inside of 85 meters. Lucky to not be in the bunker at 13. Nicely played pitch, a chance to scramble away unscathed. Choi Rim ahead at 14 for a birdie. This one coming downhill and sliding to the right. Just all about pace, this one for Park Hyun-kyung. Unlikely to make it from this range, but don't want to give yourself too much work to do for par, so anything inside that circle of friendship. Easy, easy. She is outside the marker of Lee Yeo-won. Soyeon Jung. Ooh, long way back on 11. This is a 6-iron. Goes to the back of the green, but that's not the worst spot to miss. Young for par after an errant tee shot at 14. Good save there. Hyun-kyung hasn't lost her turn yet on 13. That's another important momentum preserving putt for par. From right to left. Confidently rolled in for Park. Shinsil. Ahead at 14. So yeah, one. Just have to follow Hyun-kyung in here. Right edge. Hong Jung-min. Good tee shot on 16. Pinned at 8 right at the front of the green. Just 11 on from the front edge. Oh, and is that going to catch the slope? It's going to try. Keep coming. Don't you stop. Don't you stop. Yeah, there you go. Now that should start to feed a little bit closer. A bit unlucky there to stick on the top of that rise for Jung-min. So we return to the 15th tee and Lee Jae-yong. Just the one bogey on Choi Yerim's scorecard today, coming back at 12. But other than that, it's been a very solid outing for Choi. Still a couple of birdie opportunities remaining, including the par 5 18th. Why don't we have a look at this 14th hole? Much like 13, it's a short-ish par 4. Dog legs the other way. Just need to avoid that fairway bunker on the right-hand side, and you play to a slightly elevated green. But the pin today, just 7 on from the front and 10 from the left edge. The best place to be putting for birdie from is sort of past the pin and maybe just a little to the right of it. Leaves you the straightest look. I mentioned earlier, it's only missed one fairway today, Park Hyun-kyung. It's driven it very nicely. Not going to miss the fairway here at the 14th. Yeah, one. Also going with the driver. Just get the hands a little far forward at address. It's a bit more shaft lean than some of her counterparts. Through the back of the green at 11, So Yeon-jung. Just can land this on the fringe, have it tumble onto the hole. Clumsy. Two clubs in hand for Lee Jae-young on 15. That pin tucked in that little right corner of the green. You can see it there. So guarded by that bunker short. You can't take it up the middle of this green. Try and use a bit of a left to right slope to feed the ball towards that pin. But really, you don't want to be coming up short. So if you're debating between two clubs there, Jae-young, I would highly advise going with the longer one. Let's take that bad miss out of play.
공이 안 줘?
붕대랑 붕 사이 너무 저축할 필요 없어. 약간만 더.
Gripping down on that, really trying to hoist this one up in the air, have it come down soft. We're not going to find the target, but you'd much rather be trying to get up and down for par from there than you would from that deep bunker short. So good thinking there from Lee Jae-young. Now back to Shin Sil for birdie at 14. Curling that one, and again just leaking it low. So frustrating for Bang Shin Sil. Giving herself lots of good chances. Just unable to miss it on the high side. Now, So Yeon-jung to stay in a share of the lead with Park Hyun-kyung. This is a par putt at 11. Can't get away this time, and that means Park In-kyung sits alone at the top of the leaderboard at 11 under par. She leads by 1. And at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open, In-kyung chasing a 3rd victory of 2024. As Kim Min-bill looks to be just taking relief from a drainage cover on this 15th fairway. It goes a little deep, but we'll get some help off that back slope. Good shot for Kim Min-bill. Not easy to do. A severe downhill lie playing to an elevated green. Now a little bit easier for Choi Yerim. She's on the upslope. Hope to get good elevation on this pitching wedge. This one should come back a little bit as well for Choi. Now Hong Jung-min up on 16. Birdie opportunity. Making a 3rd season on the KLPGA Tour. Has been one of the more consistent performers since she turned pro in 2021 and was locked in that terrific Rookie of the Year battle with Kim Ji-hee and eventual winner Song Ka-eun. In-kyung now, if this is a good number, she could go flag hunting. If she's slightly in between clubs, like I mentioned on that tee shot, just look a little bit long and a little bit right. No need to bring that front trap into play. Don't think she knows it, but she's the solo leader of this championship after So Yeon-jung's untimely bogey at 11. Love how shallow she is through impact here. Really vital for good spin control with these wedges. Don't want to be gouging too much turf, getting too steep on it. Just what the doctor ordered. Past the pin, a little right. Excellent shot from Park In-kyung. How does she respond after a bogey there at 12? So Yeon-jung, we know where the bad miss is here on this par 3. That could be a little delicate for Saw. Okay, led by 3 coming into today, but she's trailing by 1. Now year 1 at 14. Yardage that has given her some problems today. Not on this occasion. Fine shot. That's more like it from Lee. So that bogey from So Yeon-jung at 11 now hands Park Hyun-kyung the solo lead on Saturday at the Yongpyong Resort. Birdies have been few and far between for Leo on this Saturday, but this is a good look at the 14th for the 22-year-old. But no, that one scrambled right in a hurry. Never really had a prayer. Up ahead, Choi Rim for birdie at 15. Got a chance. Well done, Choi Rim. Gets back the shot she dropped at 12 and back on course once more, up to 8 under par for Choi. Alongside Kwon Seo-yeon, who's already sitting comfortably in the clubhouse after a morning 66. Park Hyun-kyung to extend her advantage. This is a birdie opportunity to take it at 12 under par. Oh, unlucky. Looked good for so long. will remain above ground. Kim Min Byul for a birdie of her own at the 15th. Yeah, did well from an awkward lie to leave herself in that position, and like Choi Rim, she steadies the ship back to even for the day. Looks like she's electing to putt this one, So Yun Jung, and I don't mind this play. Okay, I'm just going wandering on par, so another knee knocker remaining for So Yun Jung to avoid back-to-back bogeys. So yeah, one in for a ho-hum par 4. It's a 16 tee. Choi Rim, so just dog legs from left to right. Got to keep this down the left-hand side. You block it into the right rough, could be obscured for your approach into the green. As we saw there in that little montage, this 15th hole, well, this closing stretch, in fact, at Birch Hill, these tree-lined fairways can present some problems if players are off the mark. You send one sailing towards the trees, your fate very much in the lap of the gods. Straighten out her driving a little bit over the last couple of holes of the year one. She'll be first to play here.
플레이하겠습니다.
Good swing there and a well-placed tee ball from Lee.
카메라 버튼 미리 눌러주세요.
Park Do-young and that fabulous shirt up ahead on 16 green. This is a cross-country effort, and whoa, look at that from Park Do-young. You could drop a small bucket of balls from that spot and never hole a putt like that again. Well done. Back to 4 under. The hole back with your championship leader, Park Hyun-kyung. Ideally, as far left in this fairway as possible, especially with the pin on the right-hand side of the green. Okay, but she'll take anything on the short stuff. It's another fairway hit for Park Hyun-kyung. As we gaze back down the 16th fairway from high above the green by the group of Kim Min-byul, Choi Ye-rim and Lee Jae-young. Min-byul just through the fairway here, but can sort of shape a wedge around some of these branches. Taking it up and over. Did she get all of it? I'm just going to have to hope for a Park Do-young level of brilliance from there. Now, Ye-rim. With a slight upslope here. We'll just sneak it inside the ball of Kim Min-byul. Bang Shin-sil at the 15th. Bit of left to right movement in this birdie putt for Bang. Just underread everything today, but that was bang on the money for Bang Shin-sil. It's back to where she began the weekend at 4 under. That is still 7 shots adrift of Park Hyun-kyung at this stage of the championship. Now Kim Ji-hee. And from this side of the cup on 15, maybe just a fraction of right to left in this one. Taking the time over this. Every shot, every putt, every stroke, so critical. Doesn't have to worry about keeping her card. Got a 2-year exemption after her win at the Tanamera Country Club's Tampines course back in February, excuse me. This for par. Nicely done. Good save there for Kim. So well back in the fairway, Park Hyun-kyung. Certainly, if she takes a direct line at the target, at the pin, with a long iron or even a hybrid, unlikely to be able to stop the ball on the green. So really needs to look just left edge of those greenside bunkers, sort of on the midline of this enormous green at 15, and try to slide a little cut off of that. So if you just go straight, and you tumble through the back of the green, that's not the worst place in the world to be, but again, don't want to be in that deep greenside bunker short right. We saw Choi Rim and Kim In Bill use that slope just past the pin as a bit of a backboard to slow the ball down. It was traveling with too much steam, so just got to be smart about this for your championship leader. Gosh, that took off in a very aggressive line. Too aggressive, perhaps. That's bunkered. So send it out right here for Kim Min Bol. Just get it to the precipice of that slope and then have it take the ridge and collect down to this whole location. Yeah, read it nicely. Good touch. Yeah, one a little bit closer than Hyun Kyung. Much shorter club into the green as well. It's only an 8 iron for the points list leader. Good smart shot there. This one should just turn a little right. Stays up on the top of that spine, but no harm done for Leo 1. Choi Rim has seen the perfect line for this putt, having watched Kim Min Bill. This one traveling with a little bit more pace, but also very nicely cozy down there for Choi. Big Sunday ahead for Yerim. Has never won on the KLPGA Tour. Has had so many close calls. Could this be the week for the 27-year-old? Yong, first to go for par. Just outside of 3 feet here. But don't need to give the hole away here. Just maybe inside right edge with good positive stroke. Yeah, well hold. Deep this bunker is. You can just about see the top of the flag. Park Hyun-kyung. Takes commitment and acceleration from here. Fabulously played shot, but work's not done yet for Hyun Kyung. That remaining for par. Now, saw Yun Jung in the back of 13. This one going to be coming up and over a rise and moving to her right once it gets over that mound. Really good touch there from Saw. Choi Rim to tidy up for a 4 at 16. It's got a good 2.5, 3 feet of right to left movement in this for Leo One. Also going to be coming downhill, so not really a birdie effort she can be too frisky with. Last thing she needs is a little 5-6 foot comeback of a par. Softly she hit that. It's come all the way down to about 6 inches away. Gives you an idea of how unlucky that second shot was to finish up at the top of that slope.
보는 것, 지나가는 거를 한 여기 정도로 삼거든요. 계속 탈 것 같아요.
Go GU did use the slope effectively. So a much shorter, much more makeable birdie putt than that of Year One's, but again coming downhill. Just have to keep that in the back of her mind, but a good look to get herself back to 5 under here for the 2022 champion. Lacked a little conviction, but I don't blame her at all. Coming downhill, just a par.
Okay.
Go up ahead to Bang Shin Sil's second shot to the 16th. Huge tee shot, just 91 meters left.
이렇게 치면 하나 딱 맞추고 나가라니까. 털지. 털지.
Hyun Kyung has been up to the task every time she's had a challenging par-saving putt. Can she pull a rabbit out of the hat here again on the 15th? Oh, finally Her luck runs out and she tumbles back to 10 under. Our first look of the day at the par 3 17th this afternoon. Choi Rim on the tee with a 6-iron. Beautiful Maserati hole-in-one prize yet to be claimed this week. But that's a good solid shot for Choi. So, year one, now on 16. Good. Only place you don't want to go is pushing it right into those trees. Got enough room left, half of the fairway. Just through the left edge, that's okay. And yeah, the breeze once again starting to pick up. We've gotten very fortunate with the weather over the first 2 days here at the Yong Pyong Resort, but the weather forecasts predict that there will be some precipitation tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully that doesn't affect the course of this championship, because it's been a wonderful contest thus far here at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Kim Min Byul also going with 6-iron at 17. And like Choi Rim playing a fine shot. Hyun Kyung. First bogey since the opening hole for her. Now back into a share of the lead with So Yun Jung. So, parity at the top of the leaderboard once again. Hyun Kyung and Yun Jung, 2 clear of Kwon Seo Yeon and the hard-charging Choi Ye Rim here on moving day at Birch Hill. Well, through no effort of her own, So Hyun-jung's back in a share of the lead with Park Hyun-kyung. Second shot here into the 14th for So. Just a little shy, but it'll creep on. Birdie putt upcoming. Co-leader is up here on the 16th hole. Part of the demanding closing stretch of holes coming towards the clubhouse at Birch Hill. Park Hyun-kyung, 5 under for the day. He shot up the leaderboard with that string of 5 birdies in a row. 6 birdies in a row, excuse me. Round the turn. Has just surrendered a shot at the 15 to be back at 10 under par. Haven't seen too many balls close to this front left pin. Well, the approach shot's been coming in quite flat. See if Koji Yu can elevate one, get it to come down and land softly. She's got a pitching wedge here from 110. Oh, great shot there from Koji Yu. And it's just going to take that slope and feed off a little right. Still well played. Now, year one. A little closer than Go. But yeah, I've seen that so many times coming into this pin, just almost impossible to stop it on that front ledge. See a lot of players putt from that very spot. Yong from the middle of the fairway. That's going to grab the slope like Koji Yu surely and start feeding a little right still. Very good distance control from Park Hyun-kyung. Outside opportunity for a birdie awaits. Minbill for a birdie at 17 after a nice tee shot. And that reaction says it all. That's just teed it off on the low side. So Hyun-jung. Downhill birdie effort on the way here at 14. Should stay fairly straight, almost putting between 2 valleys right now. 2 mounds, excuse me. But neither hard enough nor high enough for So Hyun-jung. Lackluster effort there at 14. Now Choi Rim at 17. This would get her to within 1 of the lead. And as we saw yesterday late in the evening, the green's just slowing up a fraction. So a bit of cleaning up to do for So Hyun-jung's par at 14. Okay, brushes that one in nicely. You think with a par here and a birdie on the last, Choi Rim could very much snag a spot in the final group tomorrow afternoon, chasing that first KLPGA crown. Oh, looks up to the sky. Hope we're not feeling a couple of water droplets. She'll be skating up the 18th hole. Takes a lot of creativity to visualize a putt like this for Leah. Once send it out right, get it to the top of the plateau, and then just have it gather pace and collect down to this front left pin. Oh, well judged from Leah. One super touch. At 17, Kim Ji-hee. She's got one club more than Min-bol and Yerim hit. It's going to be a little feathered 5-iron into this front right pin. Coming in with a little less loft, unable to hold the green there for Kim Ji-hee. Out to the 18th and the tee shot for Choi Rim. Remember, birdie here, potentially a spot in the final group. If things ended right now, it'd be Kwon Soo-yeon who would get that late tee time by virtue of being the first player to return her scorecard on 8 under. Go Ji-yu. Giving Park Hyun-kyung a bit of a look at the line here with this birdie effort at 16. Okay, decent effort. Does move quite a bit in the last couple of feet. Bit of an uncomfortable looking stance here for Kim Ji-hee. Gripping well down on that club. A very good bit of touch there from Kim Ji-hee. She would have seen how hard Go Ji-yu's putt turned at the cup. So Park Hyun-kyung could just send it out a little bit higher than her playing partner. From this angle, she's coming mostly uphill, so can be a little bit more positive with her pace. For the outright lead once again. Good stroke. Oh, you are kidding. How was that stopped? That's not even a revolution shot. That's a dimple away from tumbling in. She can scarcely believe it. Golf's not fair sometimes, I tell you. Well, she has 10 seconds from the time she reaches the ball without causing undue delay, but you can stare at it all you want. I just don't think that one's tumbling in for Pyong. A great effort. And it's just going to be a par 4 for Cutiful. This looked like it hit a glue patch about a foot out. It was pouring in on the perfect line. Unable to separate herself from So Yeon-jung. Choi Yerim at the last. Can she get home in 2? Not quite sure what yardage she's got from back here, but she's got 3 wood. Just going to be a layup for Choi. Have to make birdie the old-fashioned way. So as play winds down here on day 2 of the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open, it's Park Hyun-kyung and So Yeon-jung who share the lead at 10 under par. Should be a exciting sprint to the finish here. Come Championship Sunday, who's going to come out on top at Birch Hill and claim the lion's share of that 800 million Korean won prize purse? Certainly hope you can join us to find out.